What's going on, everybody? Nate here with Crypto Paradise, and as always, for TA Tuesdays, which might actually be out on a Friday. We're not quite sure yet. We had a little scheduling trouble. Everybody's getting busier and busier as the market carries on. It's harder to find a time in the evening where everybody was free. You didn't already have other calls scheduled, work, family stuff, etc. But busy is good. Long story short, we're going to go ahead and record this ahead of time today, and we're going to get it subtitled, which hopefully a lot of you will like and find beneficial as well. And then we'll get this uploaded onto the channels here on YouTube, on X, and everywhere else in the next couple days. Anyways, welcome to the TA Tuesday, not necessarily on a Tuesday. As always, I'm joined by Dutch CEO and co-founder of Tordes, and the man behind the scenes, the man with all the knowledge, Mr. Roche, our guide on this this wonderful journey we've been having for the last couple months, learning how to trade, getting better, learning about new definitions, new signals, new strategies. And today is no exception. Today we're going to be looking at Fib retracement levels. But before we get into that, welcome, guys. How you been? It's been one hell of a last week here in crypto, hasn't it?
Thank you, Nathan. Yeah, it's good to be back. I think we had a couple of weeks without TA Tuesday. As you mentioned, we all have busy schedules, so it's quite tough for us to do live streams. And we convert this into a pre-record video, and hopefully you guys will be able to watch this by the end of the week. This is probably one of the time that you will find yourself lucky and happy to be in the crypto market, not like last week. Is really what a surprise. We see the announcement from Trump over the weekend. Probably not a lot of people predict that. Last week we've seen people talking about the end of the altcoin season, but who knows what will happen. For us as a project that are working towards DG by the end of Q1, early Q2 this year, we are happy to see such movement, and it's always a good time to learn the fundamentals of crypto, the fundamentals of trading, and that's why we organize TA Tuesday. Happy to be back here today.
Yeah, if I had to guess, Cardano as part of the U.S. Strategic Reserve was not on my bingo card for certainly not the month of March, let alone maybe the year of 2025. But all the same, we got the tweet from Trump, obviously sending the markets crazy. Roche, how you been? It's been probably been an interesting week trading.
It was not a good week trading. It was wild. But I mean, yeah, we're so back, man. We're so back. It's just gonna happen, you know. I think I will actually show you today why I think this was supposed to happen. We'll go through it. But yeah, it's crazy, man. It's lovely stuff. It's proper bull run stuff, man. It's proper bull run stuff.
The shakeouts.
This happened in 2017. This happened in 2021. There was a big crash that everyone thought that is the end of the bull market, but we are back. It's still weak, but yeah, I think that mostly we are seeing a temporary bottom for now, and yeah, we are back to the bull market again.
You know what's the coolest thing about this all? For me personally, what I like the most is that he did it on a Sunday, man. He did it on a Sunday when the traditional markets were closed.
And people in the US,
maybe just
people in the US probably cannot take action. Yeah, it is.
Oh man. Well, it was certainly a wild week. We've had almost $20,000 down and most of the way back up in last 10 days, 2 weeks there. I mean, if you want to go back just for the beginning of this year, we're up well over 100K, somewhere around 108,000, and just went to the low of 79K. I mean, that's a $40,000 swing in the first 2 months of the year here. Nice bounce, as you guys mentioned. Made it up to about 96 yesterday. In fact, why don't we go ahead and flip over here, take a look at Roche's screen. He's got a chart up for us. But made it all the way back up to about 95, 96 yesterday, and kind of trickling back down here today, around 90K. To be expected, getting a massive bump like that off of an event like a tweet. You definitely do expect that to retrace a ways. Now the question is how far do we retrace? Do we fill that gap at $84,000? I believe is where it's at. Are we putting in a lower high here? Obviously, it's great to see Bitcoin back up above 90. But is this about to launch us into the new all-time highs, or is this just kind of helping us stabilize a little bit here as we continue sideways for a bit? I think that's yet to be learned, but maybe Rochelle, you can shed some insights as today we're taking a look at the Fib retracements, one of the most widely used tools in just about any trader's playbook, whether you're doing I mean, I don't know a trading strategy or a TA strategy that doesn't take a look at the Fibonacci retracement levels. So I'm gonna turn things over to you here. I'm a dilettante when it comes to these. I know the very, very basics, but excited to learn more here today.
Yeah, man. Thank you. So the Fib, yes. Well, as we can, let's just go to this chart first, and then we can see exactly. So it filled in beautifully at the 0.618, which is the perfect scenario.
And so you're looking at the close there, right? Not the wicks.
Yes. You look at the close. It's just absolutely beautiful. Don't worry about all the other lines. That's just my own personal stuff. But let's just look at this, right? So, yeah, you always look at the close. You don't look how far to trace down. You always have to look at the close, and it's beautiful, man. It filled it perfectly. It actually
almost to the dollar.
You would have missed it. Yeah, no, it's perfect. You would have missed it there at the bottom, right? So, but yeah, for anyone who want to know, is you always draw it from the lowest. So you go past you go from the lowest low of the up to the highest high, which is what we did here, and that's how you get your Fib. Now, some people draw differently. Some people only draw it on candle closes, which you could do. Like for instance, I need to unlock it first. So you would do it like this. Some people would do it like that. Okay, but pretty much stays exactly the same. So it would probably, I would say, and we can see in the future, we can see next week, I believe it will probably touch around here, 97, 98K tonight. I'm going to stick to my original, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it will probably touch that range there, 100K.
So just real quick to break it down to the most basic levels here. Where is the tool? We're in Trade View right now. Where is this tool in the menu?
So you would click here on this side, right? Okay. The easiest way to do it is press Alt plus F. It automatically brings it up.
Okay.
So
Alt
for you,
F for the shortcut. Nice little hack there.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you. So you can press Alt F, right? And it will just go. You draw it from there all the way to there. And there we go.
Okay, so you're just clicking the first dot on the bottom candle, bottom of that kind of breakout candle,
yes,
and then drawing it so that top line goes to the top there of that wick up. Now, in terms of like left, right, you put it out to the right a little ways there. That doesn't change the measurements. That's just kind of extending out the colors so that you can see them as they move on. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay,
that's correct. You can just.
And what are the levels that you have on there?
So I have. Obviously, well, I don't have 0, right? You should make, well, 0's at the top in this instance. I do, but this would be all-time high, right? So, and I don't know if people know, but they can type on TradingView. That'll be all-time high, right? And this would be the low. We could say this is all the other. You can add all of these other ones here. I don't know if you can see. You can add all of these other numbers. You can also have custom numbers. I know. I'll show you something quickly. A lot of guys that I know just trade like this. For instance, they'll take this off, they put 0.75, and they will have 1, and the rest they'll take off. A lot of people, I'll show you now, a lot of people just trade like this.
Okay.
They believe it's more psychological numbers, right? Because when you trade, and this comes actually originally from Forex, anything goes on 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, and 1s. So there are actually only 5 numbers that people love in trading. It's 0, 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, and 1. And then obviously 1.25. But yeah, so you can do this. It's completely customizable, right? So let me just get rid of that. Yeah, and this is what we can do. We can put the originals back. Easiest way to do it is delete it and just draw it again. So Alt F.
Again, kind of getting back to some more of the basics here. What are the Fibonacci levels telling us?
Well, they're psychological numbers, right? They're mathematical numbers. So
And so they're used
they
for
tell us
support and resistance type stuff then?
Yes, they definitely, and they also tell you about the volatility, right? So it's the one, the two, the three, the five, the eight, and the 13s, right? It goes on, and it just shows you support levels for uptrends and the same as resistance levels for downtrends, right? So remember, for traders, it doesn't really matter which way the market is going. It's all about the numbers and how it does, and it shows you entry points, exit points, and most importantly, which we all struggle with, stop levels. Right, so stop levels and profit levels. For
So
instance, if we look at the one, yes, you can guess that.
is it the probably because I trade as a hobby as well, and I heard that
Yeah.
Fibonacci levels are more like a psychological levels that a lot of traders are using. So the more traders use it, the more accurate it is, because
Yes,
there are millions of traders out there use these levels as stop loss and take profit orders. So it become more and more accurate as it's become more popular. Is that a correct way to say so?
that's correct, but not only traders, quantitative computers as well, right?
Yes.
So quantitative computers are actually, that's exactly why we still see that why we saw that candle filled so well there, right? Because it's exactly what happened there. So yeah, so no, it's not only traders, it's everyone, right? Computers, the works. They
So
all want to
it,
fill that hole because that's how math. It's part of math, right? It's not only us, but it's also part of everything.
so these are
I know people honestly believe.
so these are levels that people are using. So they're saying, okay, when this trade breaks down, it's likely going to come to this level, which, that was is that
Yes,
the 618? Is that correct that it came
yeah,
down to?
yeah,
Okay, and that's where you're looking for a
61.8%.
bounce.
Yeah,
And then you can use also the levels going back up to see where it's likely going to bounce to. So you can enter your trade when it comes to the level that you're expecting it
yes.
to stop at, and then exit the trade when it reaches a level you're expecting to gain back up to. All right, so we're just gonna take a
Okay.
look here. So how do you? So we looked at how to calculate it to the downside. How
Yes.
do we use the same tool calculating things to the upside?
Okay, so just the normal click on the tool, and then go to the settings button here. Okay. So as you can see, we have original numbers here. So 0.25, 38.2%, 50%, 61.8%, and then that. And all you would do is you would take the same numbers. You could just erase the other ones, and you can copy them in with with a minus in the front. And as you press up, it would go here. Now, what a lot of people don't notice is if you zoom in, you can see the actual prices here on the sides. I'll just draw a line there.
I'm
So
a
you can
bit curious.
actually,
What is the one in orange? Can you? What is it?
that's
100 something?
143K.
And what
But
Yes.
it
level is
would
that?
probably, that's 0.786, but this would probably go to one. It would probably go to one. So it will probably go to minus zero point 0.1, and then it would be a complete void. And that price would be 152K. Now, from my advice, okay, let's say it goes all the way up here, it touches 0.52. Once it comes back, that would be it. That would be the end and probably of the bull. But we can't say because we don't know, because nobody knows. But to speculate, if it goes through 152K and it retraces back, right, I would enter a short at 152.
Okay. So
Definitely. Yeah.
what are the key levels that you're typically looking for a breakout either way? In this case, it broke down to the 618. Is that typical? Like what are the areas of interest up or down that you're looking for?
So, and I don't trade that way anymore. But in the past, well, with forex, I would definitely do it when we're in an uptrend, right? I would always place three orders. I would always place three entry orders, and one would be at 38. I'm talking percentage wise because that's how we talk. But one would be at 0.382. Okay, one would be at 0.5, and one would be at 0.618. 0.7, 8.6 is just too risky because the moment it dips down that far, You never know if the trend's going to continue or not. That's just my personal advice. I would rather than wait for it to retrace completely back, and then I would enter. It's just too risky to put an order down there, because normally when it touches down there, the market collapses. If you go on historical data, your lowest level, the level just above 1, is almost a void. Does that make
So
any
is it
sense?
correct?
So
Is it correct to say that there are 5 Fibonacci levels, and the one at 0.338, 0.5, and 0.61 are the strongest resistance and support level? Is that right?
Yes, they are definitely the biggest, the strongest support and resistance levels. Doesn't matter, because it's the same the way the market goes up or down. There's still support and resistance levels.
so
Yeah,
the orange line there is it the 0.5?
that is the 0. What, the one in the top or the
No,
one where we
yeah,
are
the one right there.
now?
Yeah, that one.
That's a 0. That's a 0.382. That's
Okay,
a
yeah, that
38.2%.
acted looks like it's very strong support for months, and now it looks like it's kind of acting as resistance.
Yes. That's why I say. That's why I think we should see 99K tonight. I do believe it.
So you're saying we need to
Because we
break
need
back
to think.
above that number there
Yes.
to
We
confirm
need to
this
range.
not being just a bull trap.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to. Well, we need to range. I think honestly, the fact that it filled 61.8% means we're only going up. I mean, 0.5 didn't even last. It lasted. Didn't even last. We just went straight through back through it, right? So, but this is always your. This would be your ranging range should be 0.5. Okay, I'll give an example here. Okay, let's look at these three. So 0.5. You guys, is it too small for you guys? Should I zoom in?
Yeah, if you can
I
zoom in a
can.
little bit, that'd
Hold
be
up.
great.
Okay, cool, man. Cool. Let me zoom in here. Let me zoom in here. Is that better? Yeah.
Yeah, much better.
Okay. So here we go. So here we broke out through the 0.5, right? We stayed in here 1, 2, 3, 4. We broke out and we came back into this range, stayed in this range, broke out, stayed in this range, broke out, downtrend. So what happened? We should break through tonight and then enter back into this trade, which is really healthy. It's really healthy to stay in these levels, right? Because the longer you stay in the level, the higher uptrend would be. But we've tried twice. We haven't broken the top yet.
So let's
And the
say,
top
fast
meaning,
forward a few weeks and we're at the top of
yeah.
this range here, up towards the 1. If it broke out from the 1, where would you be expected to be? Not in the long term, but in the short term. Like, so in this short term range, we came down to the 618. What does a move to the top side look like based on these levels?
A move to the top side would definitely be 120K. If it breaks through the 0, right, it would be the 120K. And then you'll have to draw the fib on a smaller time frame. So maybe on your 4 hours.
Okay.
To understand where your buy level should be again, because then that would become your new high, right? When you draw it, you will take the lower low, which would be the one we just had. That is your lower. That's your higher low. Your higher high would be the new price until it retraced back, and then you would look for 0.618 again to put another buy in. So then you'll have to look at 2 Fibonacci retracements, one on the day and one on the 4 hour. That's where it becomes tricky, right? Because then you constantly have to go back and forth. But that's one tool, right? I mean, there are many tools. There are thousands of tools. That's what works for you. I personally like Fib retracement for spot buys. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, getting Bitcoin there. What level was that? The 618 at? It was like 80 something, 84.
Yeah, that's 84. Even if you bought it there, you're back up to 10K.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back 10K in range,
yeah, trying to
right?
time and
So,
get the bottom of the wick. That's catching falling knives is never a good choice. But these can be super helpful for us newbies to find good spot buy entries there. So you put
Another
together a
thing-
great
sorry,
document
just one
that
more
if anybody
yeah.
watching wants to get, we're happy to send around to them. Just comment here on the video when it's up, and we'll post a link for that. You put in the ratios for people to use when they're setting up their own bot. When you
Yes.
initially, if I
Yeah.
just go into TradingView right now and I click on the Fib
Yeah.
retracement tool, is it going to have these same levels, or have you customized this?
It would actually have the same levels, but like I said, it's completely customizable. What I would advise is to take the same levels that they give you generally, which is the fundamental levels, and then just copy them, the ones at the bottom. Take out all the twos and the ones and whatever, and just paste the same one with a minus in front, and it will literally display the double at the top.
Put the upside for
So you know
there as well.
exactly where you want to go to, yeah.
Gotcha.
Just a note of advice for the fib levels. It only works on big pairs. And I mean big pairs. Like, I wouldn't even use it on anything out of the top 20 market cap coins.
Okay.
It's not worth it. Because the swings are just too high, right? Like, the volatility is just too high. Like, Bitcoin is considered highly volatile, and it works on BTC, but it's not going to work on Pepe, Trump coin. Pepe will work probably, but Trump coin won't work, right? It's just too small.
Okay. You mentioned in your document the golden ratio. What is can you tell us about the golden ratio?
So the golden ratio is there's sorry, just catch my breath. The golden ratio is the 61.8, right? That's exactly what you want. You want it. And let me explain like this. You want the price to retrace back to that level. Because it's a very good sign that the price will continue to go up once it goes to that level.
So hitting support at that level is a very positive sign that you're not in a reversal.
Yes. So what happened with us now is a very
saved by the golden ratio here.
Why do you think that's smiling so much? Yes, it's exactly right. And people called it, by the way. I'm just gonna say this. If you follow the people I follow on X, everyone was calling the golden ratio level. Like, all the big traders. There's one guy I follow who's really amazing. It's a guy from Spain. His name's Crypto Nuev, which means crypto new crypto, right? His TA is top tier. I mean, this guy really gets it wrong. And I don't know if he's a computer or something, and he said, when are we going to hit the 61.8%? Why hasn't it happened yet? When is it going to come? And then on Sunday, he just texted on, it happened. I told you. Now expect us to return to the top. And I mean, he wasn't wrong. Because people know it's, like I said, it's not only humans, but on a quantitative level, it's the numbers game, and people love these numbers. And for people that are watching this, please take your time and go through other charts and play with it. You really see some stuff, you really see stuff and it's, we all hate math when we're at school, but when you look at it from this point of view, it's really interesting. It's really, really good to know.
Well, if you've got some suggestions of some of your favorite accounts online, some KOLs, some TA guys to follow, that would also be super helpful. We can leave that in the comment when this goes up later this week.
Definitely.
Fantastic.
Definitely. As if there's like two, I would say I follow two guys mainly. Yeah, one guy is more for like the actual development of tech, right? So crypto tech. His name's Satoshi Flipper. He's really cool. I'll drop it in the comments. And then the other guy's Crypto Nuev. No one else. All the other guys are shilling you their new Sol coin. These two guys are not selling you anything. And I don't have anything against people selling Sol. I think it's cool. You do something that you like. I'm not good at it, so I stick to this. But yeah, those two guys, they're really good. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's using the Fibonacci levels. Let's get some predictions here for the later this week. Then when we post the video, we can check it. Right now, what are we sitting at? About 92,000? Is that correct?
Yeah, 92.5.
All right. Are you expecting a further retrace here, or are you expecting just to see us kind of pump up throughout the rest of the week?
I will go for a retracement back to 89K. I think first we're going to hit 99 tonight, Tuesday, US time, right? evening. 99K. We're going to go back maybe to 89, and then we'll end the week around about 94.7.
All right.
But in the week, I mean Friday, end of Friday, Saturday morning. Yeah.
I think that'd be something that, compared to the last week, everybody would be very happy with. So fingers crossed.
But of course, it's not a financial advice, but yeah, these are the numbers that probably a lot of people are using. So it's quite highly likely that people will take it as resistance support levels, and most of the time it will come out true. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, guys, new format today, pre-recorded. Thankfully, we did. We had a little technical issues, which we were able to overcome recording it, and would have screwed up the live stream. So glad we did it this way. Thanks for everybody that is watching.
Yeah.
By the time you guys see this, the first round of the Tortoise airdrop will have ended. Congrats to everybody that got in on part of that. We'll be having more news coming out about that soon. It's going to take us a little while to go through all the results and qualify all the winners. Make sure that you completed all of the eligibility requirements, but look for some posts both on Tortoise's socials as well as Crypto Paradise socials. More info on that coming out soon, and keep locked in here for more news. If you guys have not followed Tortoise yet, get over there. They are the first and best crypto trading prop firm. They are bringing one of the most popular trading methodologies from Web 2 or from traditional markets into Web 3. We've seen how well the rest of DeFi has done and been adopted in this industry. This is one of the few areas of traditional finance trading that have not been brought in mainstream within crypto yet. So big things in the future for Tortoise. Got their TGE right around the corner. Just need the markets to stabilize a little bit, and they'll be able to launch. So very, very excited to see that happen. Lots of big stuff coming in the future for Tortoise. Rashay Dutt, thanks as always for joining me today. Any final parting thoughts here?
I think we have to mention that all the things that we are telling on TA Tuesday are not financial advice, but it's always good to learn the fundamentals of tradings. It will save you a lot of lessons, because all these things that we have learned from TA are the lessons that we have learned from past experience. Sometimes we have lose money from that, probably, right, Roche? So always try to learn things and practice carefully.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is not financial advice. The goal here is to help educate everybody watching, give you guys a little bit of an edge in your trading game, and you can take that edge. Join the Tortoise platform where you can get up to $100,000 in funding. That's $100,000 of other people's money that you can trade with once you've passed the test and proven you're a competent trader. They've got multiple levels, so you can start out lower with a funny money account, work your way up. They have a 5, 10, 25, 50, and $100,000 funding levels. So you can get in there and start putting your skills that you learned here on TA Tuesdays to work, making some money for yourself.
Yeah, and forget to mention that we have also the same trading view tools on Tortoise as well, and that's why we have this TA Tuesday with all these tools on trading view that you can also practice the same on Tortoise. Okay, you can probably try with a free monthly competition first. Try to win it by staying in the top 10 in the monthly leaderboard and win a prize from it. And if you are confident enough with your skills, you can start subscribing to a trading challenge and try to pass it, get funded, and earn money from it. Absolutely. All the best, Gary.
Sounds good. Awesome, gentlemen. Thank you as always for joining me. We'll be back again next week to record another one of these. And I guess we will have to think of a new name since we're not doing TA Tuesdays anymore. We'll have to come up with a TA with Tortoise or something. Come up with a new name.
Something like that.
Yeah. Awesome, gents. Well, thanks again as always. Take care, and we'll see you on the beach.